let's begin with today's topic. As you know very well, Bhatte, that as we have learned in the previous class, we have done that chemical kinetics we have just introduced. Okay, and we have studied that chemical kinetics, it is the branch of chemistry which deals with the study of which deals with the rate of reaction, which deals with the speed of reaction, and which deals with the factors affecting the rate of reaction. Yes, this all we have already told, this already we have understood. Okay. Moreover, in our previous class, I have told you something about the reaction when a reactant is changing to product. है ना? And I have told you, बच्चे, that I have told whenever reactant is converted, we say this is like और इसके पीछे रीजन क्या है? I have told you that with the speed of time, with the change of time, with the speed of the reaction, my reactant is getting disappeared, right? My reactant is getting disappeared, or I would like to say it is consumed. So that's why this negative sign suggests that the reaction quantity is getting lower with the change of time, with the speed of the reaction. And we are saying the product is forming over there. Okay? Okay. Now this was all about the previous class. Now I have a query. I have a very simple hypothetical equation that we have a simple reactant that is converting to product. But what would happen if we have the question like 4 moles of HI plus 5 moles of bromate. This is in aqueous form. Suppose this is in also aqueous form, and I'm saying suppose it is adding with, let's say, 3 moles of oxygen, and it is giving you H2 Br2O4 something 6 moles plus 7 moles of water, like this. Okay. Now, I know this is not a kind of reaction. I'm just trying to teach you with the help of concept. The point I want to say over here, we know that the reactant is getting consumed, but this also has reaction with the stoichiometric coefficient rate. है ना? हमें पता है कि हमारा जो HI है that is present in the 4 moles, my bromate that is present in the 5 moles, my oxygen that is present in the 3 moles. So for this particular reaction, I can say the stoichiometric coefficient would be taken as the lower down in this concept. Minus 1 by 5 bromate by dP. That means the reaction would be same, the formula would be the same, the rate of equation would be same. The only difference is the stoichiometric coefficient would be lower down. Okay, and same as it is, if I'm talking about this, they all are equal to formation of product. Okay. Clear? I hope you have got the point. Same as it is, if I'm taking another equation, it will give you the same concept. So overall, I can make a general equation which tells me, suppose I have a reaction with the reactant small a plus bb with small a, small b, small Hello, sir, am I audible? All right, sir. So what I was telling to you, I was saying that if my reactant contains the stoichiometric coefficient small a, small b, small c, small d, and moreover, I have put the same equal sign between the each because it suggests that as my reactant is getting disappeared, the product is getting formed over here. Okay, so that would be 1 by C dC by dt plus equals to 1 by B by D. Okay, so this is my complete equation if we have the stoichiometric coefficient with the reactant as well as the product. Okay, now let's see one, two questions. We will see one, two questions that will more clarify your concept. There is a question given in your NCERT textbook. We have been given a particular reaction. Let's check it out. Okay. All right. So the question is given as we have been given a reaction, that is reaction of N2O5, and that is decomposing in the form of nitrous oxide plus oxygen, right? NO2 plus O2. Now we have been given that N2O5, the concentration of N2O5 is decreasing first from 2.33 mole per liter after time t is equal to 184 seconds, but the initial concentration was 2.08. Sorry, this was the initial and this was the final. Okay. And we have to calculate the rate of reaction in terms of hours, in terms of minute, in terms of second also, and what is the rate of production of NO2. Okay, so both concepts we have done yesterday's class. I have told you about the average rate, and in today's class I have told you about the rate of disappearance as well as rate of formation. Okay, so let's see how this reaction could be happen. First of all, if I have to calculate the average rate, the formula would be same. I would just say minus 1 by 2 because my N2O5, and I suppose I'm saying this is my N2O5. This suggests the concentration. That means my N2O5 is getting reduced from the initial concentration to the final concentration. And we have also been provided with the time t, that is 184 seconds. Clear? So let's begin with the question. We have been given the initial concentration was, the initial concentration was 2.33 and the final was 2.08. And the time t is 182 minus 0 because it was the initial time. You can easily solve it, and suppose my answer is coming 6.79 into 10 raised to power minus 4. Okay. And I have told you what is the unit of the rate constant. You know the unit of rate constant is mole per liter. 184 is given in seconds, so it would be per second. Okay, this is just a way to explain. Now, the question also asks you that change this average rate which you have calculated in the terms of minutes, in the terms of hours. You can easily calculate by dividing with the 60, by dividing by 3,600, and so on. Okay, that's not our interesting topic. So I have done about the average rate, but my question is not completed yet. It asks us that, okay, we know this is our reactant which is getting reduced, but what about the rate of formation? So we will write our rate law, which says us minus 1 by 2 dN2O5 divided by dt is equal to 1 by 4, that is in positive, dNO2 by dt. Clear? So from this equation, I can say this my complete term is equal to this. So I would like to say 6.79 into 10 raised to power minus 4 is equal to 1 by 4 dNO2 by dt. और अगर मुझे फॉर्मेशन कैलकुलेट करना है तो I would just multiply this. This would be go over there. 4 multiplied 6.79 into 10 raised to power minus 4 is equal to dNO2 by dt. That is my final answer. Am I clear or not? Am I clear or not, class? Simple सा concept है. Reactant is getting decomposed and the product is getting formed. Both are in the equal sign. So both have the equal sign, but the difference is it is represented as negative, it is represented as positive. And we have to keep in our mind that stoichiometric coefficient should be 2 or 4 at the lower side. Clear? Okay. So this was all about this topic. Now let's move to the next topic, that is what are the factors that can affect rate of reaction. Okay, let's check out about those also. Okay, now I just want to tell you that the factor affecting rate of reaction, this is not so much elaborated in your NCERT textbook. The reason behind that, all the factors which affect the rate of reaction, they have been taken as a separate topic. That means हमने हर एक factor को अलग से elaborate किया हुआ है. So I'm just going to, quickly remind you, quickly note down in a form that what are the factors affecting rate of reaction. Okay, first one is concentration. All right. As you know, बच्चे, the concentration of reactant, if it is given in 100 grams, my rate of reaction would be faster. सही बोल रही हूँ भाई. अगर concentration ज़्यादा है, that means जो मेरी reaction है, वो ज़्यादा आपस में consume होंगे, they would easily attack to each other and they would make the product. So rate of reaction is directly proportional to concentration of reactant, or I would like to say the speed is directly dependent to the concentration of the reactant. Okay. Second point is about, let's say, temperature. Okay. Temperature says, but as the temperature increases, my rate of reaction also increases. But the point is, this is little bit complex, I would like to say, or this is more elaborated in the same chapter, that is activation energy concept. Okay, but till now, I would like to say, as my temperature increase, my rate of reaction increase, and in general, it is observed that with increase in, 10 degrees Celsius of 10 degrees Celsius rise of temperature, my rate of reaction would be doubled. दोबारा सुनो. In general, it is observed that if my temperature is increased with 10 degrees, my rate of reaction would be doubled. That means T plus 10 degrees Celsius, the rate would be twice. Am I clear or not? Okay, this is just experimental, we can say. This is just observed most of the cases. Okay, but we will see the same topic in an explained manner in later class. All right. Next is, we have seen the concentration, we have seen the temperature, we can see the surface area. But a simple सी बात है. If I'm talking about this complete whiteboard, and if I'm talking about only this where 2R is written, if my reactant is present over there, would the rate of reaction would be faster? Definitely no. If I'm talking about this whole complete, the rate of the reactant is present over there, the sunlight is hitting them, the radiation is affecting them, the temperature is increasing them. They have the more space to elaborate them, they have the more space to break down their bones. Okay, so with increase in surface area, the rate of reaction would also be increased. और मैं यहाँ पे reactant को जरूर मेंशन करना चाहूंगी, the surface area of reactant. Okay. Last effect of radiation. or I would like to say sunlight. But see, as you know, there are so many chemical reactions which depends upon different type of radiation. Some type of chemical reaction, suppose I'm talking about hydrogen bromide, that takes place in the presence of sunlight. Some are which takes place in the presence of sodium vapor lamp. Some takes place in the mercury vapor lamp. Some takes place in the potassium vapor lamp. बात समझ में आ रही है? That means each reaction depend upon the different radiation. So if I'm saying my reaction is taking place without the presence of sunlight, अगर मेरी कोई रिएक्शन ऐसी है जो सनलाइट की प्रेजेंस में ही खुद को डिकम्पोज कर पाती है, suppose I'm talking about hydrogen bromide and I'm not providing hydrogen sunlight to it, what would happen? My rate of reaction would be very slow. But in the same case, if I would provide sunlight to it, would happen, my rate of reaction would be faster. Am I clear or not? So the effect of radiation says that the more radiation would be over there, the rate of reaction would be greater. And I also can say this can be achieved due to attaining activation energy. Have you heard about activation energy? In 11th class, activation energy is the minimum energy which a reactant requires so that it would convert into product. Okay, we will see the same concept of activation energy in the same class, in the same chapter, chemical kinetics, just after 2-3 more lectures. I here just want to say activation energy is that particular minimum energy which a reactant needs to require. That means अगर reactant यहाँ पे है तो उसको activation energy पहुँचने के लिए यहाँ तक जाना पड़ेगा. Only then he would convert itself into the product. Okay, so this was all about the factor affecting rate of reaction. Have a look on it, and we will see all of these in elaborated manner after some class. Clear? Okay. So last we have the last topic of today's class, that is law of mass action, or I would like to say rate law. Okay. The last topic is the law of mass action. Okay. See, now let's say I have told you about the reaction, about the reactant, what is happening over there. I'm saying, suppose my rate of reaction that is dependent upon the concentration. हमारा जो first factor था उसमें हम यही बताया था that my rate of reaction is directly proportional to the concentration. How much amount of reactant A, reactant B is present over there, that is known to be, that is directly proportional to the rate, that is directly proportional to the speed of the reaction. So according to that factor, according to first factor, I can say R is directly proportional to concentration of A or concentration of B. And the concentration of A, concentration of B is also called the active mass. Is also called the active mass. That's it. This is nothing much about this. But the point here, I told you about the stoichiometric coefficient, and you have studied this since your 11th class also, that the stoichiometric coefficient is raised as the power. The stoichiometric coefficient is raised as the power of the active mass of the reactant, or I would like to say of the concentration of that particular reactant. Okay, so this is known to be law of mass action, or I would like to say rate law. Okay, so R is equal to K A B. This is the law of mass action, not rate law. Now K is the proportionality constant known to be rate constant. But this law of mass action has been changed by rate law with a simple twist. ये हमें ये बोलता है that this A and this B we have studied through experiment, we have studied through observation of our chemical reaction. हमें ये बात समझ में आई है that the stoichiometric coefficient which is raised as a power, it may be equal to it or it may not be equal to it. दोबारा सुनो, I'm saying the stoichiometric coefficient that includes, suppose I'm saying 4 bromide plus 5 H positive. So it could be this or it could be this. That means the stoichiometric coefficient, depending upon a particular reaction, it could be changed. Depending upon a particular reaction, it kept on changing. So ये compulsory नहीं है कि हमारा जो stoichiometric coefficient है that would be definitely raised as the power. That's not necessary. Okay, so that's why this particular concept, I would like to say my rate constant has been changed as alpha b beta. This is known to be rate law. This is known to be rate law. क्या समझ में आया आपको? Rate law just tells us that my rate constant has been changed because the stoichiometric coefficient power could be changed or could not be changed. Okay, that could be equal to the stoichiometric coefficient or that could not be equal. It depends upon a particular reaction. और इसको हम study करेंगे in the concept of order and molecularity. Okay, so this is my rate law and this K is my rate constant. My rate constant K would be equal to the rate of reaction R if the concentration of the reactant would be equal to 1. Okay? Okay. So this was all about the rate law. Another point I would like to describe. Yes, another point I would like to describe, suppose I have taken the example of hydrogen. Usme I have told you that the reactant could be either gaseous form, either could be in aqueous or solid form. Okay. But now the point is, this is for the all reactants. But if we have reactants in the form of gases, my concentration could be replaced as partial pressure. This you have studied in your chapter number 2 solution also, that my concentration could be represented as partial pressure of that particular reactant. Okay, so if it has unit mole per liter of the reactant, it could be replaced by bar. Okay, so this was all about the law of Moss action and the rate constant. Clear? So class, this was the topic I wanted to explain to you, and with the same topic I have told you that my alpha beta they depend upon the experiment. ये compulsory नहीं है कि जो stoichiometric coefficient है वही power में जाएगा. It could be changed also due to some reason or due to some environmental factor or due to some human error or something. Okay, so they are replaced by alpha beta. Now this alpha beta, this would lead to another topic that is known to be order. That is known to be order. Okay, so in tomorrow's class, we will start with the new topic, what is order and what is molecular. Okay, till now, if there is any kind of doubt or query, please let me know on this particular topic. In chemical kinetics, in rate constant, if you have any kind of doubt or query, please let me know.